And just like that, the 20-minute mark has passed. Welcome back to the next episode of Tales of Vesperia. I just bumped into my desk like an idiot. I really need to get, whatever they're called. Like, what are they, rattle cages? Something. Anyway, I'm your host, MegaShadowFist. It's like a video games, it's like a commentary. And we need to ask around, because we need to know where we need to go. This town is currently facing a terrible crisis, the threat of a giant monster attack. Everyone says we can accomplish anything with a sage on our side, but is it all right to believe that? We'd like to ask around, like, hold on, what do you have to say, people? Thank you so much for saving us. Excuse me, his voice is more like, I want to hurry back to Mantake to see the kids. And you? The kids must be worried. If only they didn't come looking for us. Yeah, those are the people that we saved in the desert. Oh, we need to talk to you! Okay.
That box. Do you know something about this box? Launchy had it. Where did you get it?
On a ship called the Atherum, my lovely lady. Have you heard of it?
Of course. You know about the Atherum too?
Yes. We happened to come across it on the ocean.
Did you see Launchy?
And Launchy would be...
Oh, Launchy is my love. I'm sorry to suddenly get so personal.
Wait, so hold on. This would be implying that she is over 1,000 years old, right? Am I the only one catching on to that?
Your love. Damn it. Hey, Carol. Your turn.
You're hopeless. All that we saw was, the ship itself.
Oh, I see. Could I ask your name? Oh, my name is Yuafan. That's the name that was in the diary we found on the Atherum.
Do you know about the clear seal crystal?
They say it has the power to drive back monsters. The sage said it was necessary to make a barrier around the town. Is that what's in the box? Yes, we came to deliver this box to you. I see. Hey, is that the key? Could I have the box?
Wow, is this the clear seal crystal?
Looks like it.
So who's that sage you were talking about earlier?
The sage is a great Critian who came to our town from across the desert.
A Critian?
Well, creating a barrier is basically creating a Blastia. Blastia?
But we can make Blastia with current technology, right?
There are people who do. You saw the Blastia at Emmett Hill in Cair Bakram. But I don't think that sage guy is the one who made those Blastia with messed up formulas. I'm sorry. I don't really understand. But the sage said that the clear CL crystal was needed to create the barrier. So Longchi set out to look for it. It's been 3 years since he left.
3 years, huh? You must be worried.
Wait, this sounds weird.
Yeah, the stories don't match up.
You'd think she could have miscounted by 1,000 years?
How old is she anyway? Is that sage in this town? Where does he live? Oh, yes. He lives in the house farthest into the town. I think it might be faster if we went to talk to the sage. Yes, maybe so. If you're going there, could you take the clear CL crystal to the sage for me? Yes, of course. Thank you very much.
Okay, let's go.
Obtain clear CL crystal. Okay, so I guess the latter end of their conversation pretty much confirmed it. I had the speculation that... Okay, so I have two things that are going on in my head right now. Either A, somehow we went back in time, like, you know, sort of like Tikal sort of like sent characters back in time to like 4,000 years ago in Sonic Adventure, like something like that happened to us. Or perhaps this area lives in a zone, like the time, like maybe there's a curse that goes about on this place, so that time, I don't know if I'm even making any sense, but basically we're basically 997 years in the past, essentially, is what I'm gathering from this. Or, oh, actually, no, that's a little stupid. I'm not gonna mention that one. My third idea.
Excuse me.
Ah, haha.
Huh? Hey, that's... sure?
This world, huh? Okay, I have a new theory. I'm not going to mention anything just yet.
You? How have you come to this place?
What do you mean, how? We walked. As in, across the desert.
I see. And yet, how did you... No matter. For what reason have you come?
We're a little curious about this.
This must have cost you dearly to obtain.
Actually, it just sort of landed in our lap.
That was quite a miracle.
You're planning on making a barrier blastia, aren't you? You're free to go pretending you're a sage, but forget about making any blastia. Who would even consider building a barrier blastia with something that's so obviously not a core?
But it is a solid mass of air. It simply lacks an inscribed formula.
Lacks an inscribed formula? What do you mean?
They are most commonly known as apatheia, of which the clear CL crystal is one example.
So this is an apatheia?
Also, I am not the sage.
Huh?
No such being exists any longer.
That's a problem. We'll need to get that back from you in that case.
Neither I nor humanity have a need for such a thing.
Whoa! What are you doing? Hold on a sec!
It's the same phenomenon we saw at Cave Mock!
Oh, man. Just when I found one.
The apatheia bring only chaos to humanity. They are better off returned to air.
Return to air? Is that really all you did just now?
It's still no reason to go smashing other people's things.
Wasn't the clear CL crystal, the apatheia, needed to save this town from the monsters?
This town has no use for a barrier, and no need to be saved. This place has been granted everlasting calm.
As I expected.
Come to mention it, it is pretty quiet here.
But still, there are monsters like Pharaoh nearby.
How do you know of Pharaoh?
I'd ask you the same thing. You seem to know about him yourself.
Please, tell us what you know. Pharaoh referred to me as a poison.
I see.
You know something, don't you?
There is a being in this world who possesses a power the Endelikeia despise.
You mean... me?
This being is known as the Child of the Full Moon.
Child of the Full Moon. Like in the legend. By Endelikeia, you mean Pharaoh?
That is correct.
But what would the Endelikeia have against me? Against a Child of the Full Moon? What is this power the Child of the Full Moon possesses that they despise?
That answer lies only within the hearts of the Endelikeia themselves.
Which means I've got no choice but to find Pharaoh and ask him myself.
Do not be foolish. Meeting Pharaoh would end only in the death of the Child of the Full Moon.
But...
Estelle, give it a rest.
Hey, Reggae, Jaeger from Ruins Gate talked about the Endelikeia earlier, didn't he?
You know what? I just noticed something. I feel really slow about this, but Reggae is Jaeger backwards.
Something about them being the ancient race that built Nordopolica.
So Pharaoh built Nordopolica? That doesn't seem possible.
Take your leave. There's nothing more for you here.
Wait, there's something I want to ask you too. What were you doing at that Air Crene? Just who are you? What is that sword of yours?
Those matters exceed your comprehension. Do not ask of them again. Go. I have nothing more to say.
Where do you get off?
Rita.
Duke may have been the one that saved us in the desert. I'm gonna go and thank him.
Hold up. He doesn't seem the type to do something like that.
You don't think so?
Just a hunch. You said that Child of the Full Moon he mentioned was the sister of brave Vesperia, right?
Yeah. Goddess who bathes this world in her golden light, You are named Child of the Full Moon. Your brother, brave Vesperia, watches over us from the skies. You remain bound to your mother, the Earth, and will shelter her with your unceasing protection.
Is there like a hidden meaning in there?
I'm not sure, but maybe it's more than just an old legend.
Remaining to protect the Earth, huh?
Could protecting the Earth have anything to do with ruling over this world?
You mean like becoming the Emperor? If Estella's the child of the full moon, that would add up.
Which means all the previous emperors would have been on Pharaoh's hit list.
I've never heard of anything like that. Shouldn't we be thinking more about what to do next?
I'm gonna stay here. There are things I've got to investigate.
Investigate?
Clear seal crystals, apatheia, all kinds of things. Honestly, I have a few bones to pick with Mr. Warm and Fuzzy over there. If you're all going back, we'll have to say our goodbyes here.
But... Oh, that's too bad. I don't imagine the desert will be much fun on your own, but good luck.
Oh, that's right. I can't go anywhere without crossing that desert.
We can afford to take a load off while she's checking things out, can't we? I'm pretty interested in apatheia myself.
Yeah. Besides, we should make sure we're ready before heading back into the desert. Why don't we head back tomorrow? Rita, think you can tie up your loose ends in a day?
Shouldn't be a problem. Thanks. I appreciate it.
Huh, you're welcome. Okay then, we'll meet up near the exit tomorrow morning.
Right. See you then.
Party with everyone. Am I gonna beat? No, I'm Yuri. For a second I thought I was gonna play as Rita, but I guess not. Anyway, we're gonna go ahead and save because that was a long cutscene, and I have an idea in my head. So basically, the second idea that I had in my head, where basically like this town has like not really a curse, but like some sort of spell cast on it, so that time doesn't change. I was right. So anyway, Duke. So that's his name. I'm pretty sure that was the boss that was mentioned in a comment that was supposed to be harder than Gattuso. I think. You know, don't quote me on that. I could be completely and utterly wrong, but I think that was it. So yeah, like I said, I doubt that he's going to be a party member because I'm not going to explain our reasons behind this, but I'm 95% sure that the party that we have now, at least as far as main party members are concerned, is all that is going to be there for the 360 version of the game. All the PS3 version adds is... Because I looked at the opening for the PS3 version of Vesperia. The only difference is that they added like a little clip with Patty, which is the extra character that was added in the PS3 version. But there's a possibility that there could be there's a possibility that there could be like optional party members. Like Max from Tales of Eternia was an optional party member, but I'm 95% sure that, I'm not going to explain the reasoning behind this, but I'm 95% sure that as far as main party members are concerned, we've already got everybody. Anyway, what do you have to say, Raven? Hey, old man, you can feel free to go on ahead to Nordopolica. Hey there, youngin'. What? You want to get rid of me so soon? Wrong. I just wouldn't want you to miss the new moon and your chance to deliver the letter all on our account. Honestly, I could do fine without your concern. Wrong again. If Brave Vesperia gets in the way of Altos' work, we'll be apologizing to the Dawn for an eternity. What? You're too young to bother yourself with such fluff. It's a matter of Brave Vesperia being trustworthy, you see what I mean? We've still got time left until the new moon, we'll be fine. You sure? Anyway, I am about to go back through the desert and that cave myself. If I got killed by some monster on the way there, not only would the letter not get delivered, but Brave Vesperia certainly wouldn't look very trustworthy to potential clients then, would they? In that case, we'd collect your bones in the letter and deliver them as promised. Oh, how kind of... Wait, hey! Anyway, just so long as you won't go blaming me if you don't manage to deliver it on time. No problem. Oh, no problem! You have to do it very sing-songy. Don't be so cold. I may be old, but I am a very sensitive guy. Okie doke. But yeah, like I said, as far as main party members are concerned, I'm pretty sure that we found everybody, which is pretty cool. Like I said, I'm not like 100% sure. There's still a 5% chance that we might have another main party member, but Flynn doesn't count because apparently we only use him for one battle in the 360 version, and Patty obviously isn't available because it's a 360 version. Anyway, Estelle. So, you weren't able to meet Pharaoh after all. But I learned about some very important things. The child of the full moon and the Entelakea. But the only new thing we learned was that those words, But the only new thing we learned was what those words mean. As for the reason Pharaoh's trying to kill you, it seems we won't know unless we go and ask him directly. But you heard what he was saying. If I go to meet Pharaoh, he'll just wipe me out. It looks like we'll never know the truth then. After all this? It's like I'm being told that I should just give up. No way. Maybe. Huh? Maybe what I'm trying so hard to figure out isn't really that important to know at all. What do you mean? If I'd never met you, Yuri, and I just kept living my life in that castle, I would have lived without ever knowing about the Child of the Full Moon or the Entelakea or any of that. So maybe I could just go on living without knowing why Pharaoh wants me dead. So you're saying you should just go back to the capital? I think that's definitely an option. If that's what you want to do, I won't stop you. Yuri! Our contract with you is null and void at this point, after all. That's true. It's just, I don't really like hypothetical situations. They're not real life. And I'm not too good at pretending to forget things that I already know. If you can do that, then I don't have any problem with it, but can you really? Then I can't do that either. But I have no idea what I should do in this sort of situation. You want to know the truth, but you don't know what to do. That'd be a good summary of your situation, right? Yes. Gotcha. Alrighty then. I'll think about it. And can I talk to you? Repeat? Roof! That's all you're gonna say? Okay. Alright, so all that's left that we need to talk to are Carol and Judith, I believe, because Rita's busy doing resident Blastia stuff. Anyway, what do you have to say, Raven? Or not Raven, but Carol. We weren't able to find Pharaoh after all. Yeah, our first job as a guild was an egregious failure. What do you think? Should we go back to Dawngrest? That might be best, but would you be okay with that, Yuri? And what about Estelle? I'd be fine with it. As for Estelle, I'll leave that answer up to her. Alright. This sure is a serene little town. Huh? Oh yeah, it is, isn't it? No guilds, no empire, it's a little strange. Yeah, but I think it's relaxing. Yeah, but even so, I prefer Dawngrest. That's how everyone is. Everybody prefers the place where they grew up. You too, Yuri? Well, yeah, sure. But if we're going to work together in brave Vesperia, we'll have to decide on a single place for our home base. We could always make someplace new, you know. Someplace new? Yeah, you know, everyone thinks of Dawngrest as the Union City, but it's really Altos City. It could be like that. Brave Vesperia could make its own city. Brave Vesperia's own city? Yeah, I like that idea. How about Heliord? We could always use Heliord. Well, either way, we've got a lot of jobs as a guild ahead of us before we can be thinking about things like that. Yeah! Now that you mention it, Nordapalco is Polistarle's city, isn't it? Yeah, if you think of it that way, Nordapalco is more of a guild city than Dawngrest, even. Yeah, and Belius rules the city, too. Nordapalco, leader of the city, Duce of a guild. I wonder what sort of person Belius is. Wait, let me talk to you again. The guild town, huh? I wish I could start one. Like I said, we could always use Heliord. I mean, it doesn't seem to be used for anything good anyway. All that's left so far is the conversation with Judith. And we're not going to start that just yet. We're going to have another awkward pause. I'm going to save the game. And then I guess probably next episode is where like the legitimate action is going to begin. Another slow first 40 minutes of a recording session, but that's generally... That happens sometimes. Like, just before we got onto the ship a couple recording sessions ago. Probably like, I want to say 3 recording sessions ago at this point. The first 2 recording sessions were like nothing but just talking. That's just generally how it's going to be. Anyway, awkward pause. See you guys in the next episode.